Well, welcome back to another episode of Who the F***, the show that aims to take a deep dive in some of the acts performing across festival season 2021. In today's episode, I'm very excited to be revisiting our first band. In today's episode, we're looking at the incredible Sports Team. Probably one of my favourite bands to come out of the last 3 or 4 years. Certainly one of my favourite bands to do the first WTF episode about, and since then have just become an absolutely iconic band, absolutely worth revisiting. So without further ado, if you've never heard of them before, hopefully this video will help answer the question: who the f*** Sports Team?
Here's the thing. If you smile enough that everybody smiles. Here's the thing. If you work a little harder, you'll get by. Here's the thing. Or you can trust a man who...
Alex Rice, Ollie Duney, Al Greenwood, Rob Nax, Ben Mack and Henry Young are the 6 members that make up Sports Team? 6 members that make up Sports Team. They all met together, I believe, in Cambridge. But if you want to know the answer to the origins of their story, you can go back and see part 1 of this from 2019. Alex. They're based in Harlesden in northwest London. The band met while studying university in Cambridge. In an interview of Noisy, they discuss how this was actually a really hard thing to do, as they found themselves at the foot of the bill of a lot of kind of DJs and dance acts like Neuro and Pendulum. Very different sounds, that's for sure. We continue this story on from April 2019 after the release of their second EP, Keep Walking, which featured standouts Get Along and M5.
Get along, get along, get along. Sunlight splashes off a bonnet on the M5. No one else is on it, it's I know.
In June of 2019, the band released their first single taken from what would eventually become their debut album, the incredibly energetic Here It Comes Again. Next, they would go on to play festival season in 2020, including a very busy Reading and Leeds Festival. Gotta drop this little highlight in here. I thoroughly enjoyed the keyboard player who just sat there completely emotionless and straight and still. Well, actually it was in 2019 when they did that, not 2020, I don't know where to put that. Following this, in September, they were going to put out the wonderful Fishing. I think at this time, signing a deal with Universal, officially signed to Island, which is a subsidiary of Universal, according to Wikipedia anyway. Apple Music just says Big Dessert and Universal, so I don't know where it sits in terms of releases. They went on a brief UK tour, including dates in Bristol, Southampton, Birmingham, and an amazing gig at the Wardrobe in Leeds. I was there for that. Supported by now legendary Alfie Templeman, which you can go and check his WTF episode out before. And then in November, they would release The Races. On February 18th, the band debuted the first official single taken from the upcoming debut album, Here's the Thing.
Here's the thing. If you smile enough that everybody smiles. Here's the thing. If you work a little harder, you'll get by. Here's the thing.
Genius.com describes the record as contriver idioms and old wives' tales. Here's the Thing pokes fun at the 21st century falsities society and parents provide. They would then go on to play a fan pub gig in 2020 at the Nag's Head in Camberwell. Initially, what they were going to do was perform a gig in their lounge, but obviously they're too good and they would have been sued a lot of money. So they ended up putting it on the Nag's Head. It was literally just after they debuted Here's the Thing on Radio 1 as well. There's some serious footage of Al getting clocked in the head, dripping with blood, and carrying on playing drums. She's my fucking hero. This came alongside the announcement of the debut release date for their debut album, Deep Down Happy, which was going to be released on April 3rd. However, the global pandemic hit, and like many other bands last year, they delayed the album until the 12th of June and ended up getting a release a week earlier on June the 5th. And starts the chart war with the Gaga. They were well on track to make it a number 1 album, and Gaga goes and drops an album pushing them into the number 2 spot. Well, it was like the week before, but what are you going to do? In an article with the BBC, in the end, Chromatica held out the top spot by just 571 copies. With total sales of 12,819 copies, it made it to number 1 in the Scottish chart, and the album was released to critical acclaim. It's amazing. It's such a great record. 4 out of 5 stars of The NME. Harsh. Should be a 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5 of The Guardian. 4 out of 5 of The Independent. And it also went on to be nominated for a Mercury Music Prize in 2020. Perhaps the highest musical award, with tastemakers from across the industry. No politics, but a celebration of truly remarkable music. Failing to take the main spot, however, losing out to the incredible Michael Kiwanuka, which is also a great album, and if you've not heard it, you should go check that out. The album featured previous singles, Fishing, The Races, Here It Comes Again, as well as new versions of older singles, Camel Crew, and now the legendary Kutcher.
The Camel Crew and Baby Blue Pot in a van and all the
And in April, we were surprised to release the release of a new amazing single, Happy, God's Own Country. A record that has that kind of rock and roll road trip sound, with bands like the Raconteurs and the Black Keys. With the Jarvis Cocker and Mick Jagger delivery of Alex Rice, you can smell the mosh pits already. Their most popular song is Here's the Thing, with nearly 700,000 views on YouTube and over 3 million streams on Spotify. This is their 3rd time playing Reading and Leeds. The first time was in 2018 when they headlined the BBC Introducing stage on the Sunday at Reading, Friday at Leeds. Next was in 2019 when they played the very raucous set at Festival Republic stage, sharing the stage with the Japanese House and Peace. They were due to headline the Festival Republic stage in 2020 due to clash with Rage Against the Machine, so thank God it was cancelled. That would have been the worst clash in Reading and Leeds history. And this year, they're back playing the main stage on the Friday, main stage West on the Friday at Reading, Saturday at Leeds, sharing the stage with D-Mob Happy, Seagirls, Age, Sam Fender, and of course, Catfish and the Bottlemen, who also headlined the BBC Introducing stage like 7 or 8 years ago, so let's see where they go. There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to be one of the absolute sets highlights of the weekend. They've released this album, this debut album, getting a massive amount of fans and have done an amazing job of trying to push their sound over the last 2 years, and they've done it all whilst being locked down. Now, I'm fortunate that I got to see them twice in 2019, and they were brilliant. They are a live band. This music is meant to be witnessed live, so they've gone and done all of this without their best bit. I'm excited to see what happens when everyone gets to see that best bit. So you will find me on that stage on the Friday at Reading, and I hope to see you guys there too, because it will be absolutely amazing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do we feel, number 1, about these kind of 2-part update videos, because I've got a few more I want to do before R&L kicks off this year, and I want to know if you're going to be going checking them out. Will you be going to see them on the Main Stage West, which I believe Main Stage West is going to be the new stage, which is looking like it's going to be over where the NME stage is, but more on that in the coming weeks. Love to know your thoughts in the comment section below as always, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.